Listen to the noise. You could be forgiven for thinking it's the last lap. It's not, it's the first, and it's the only Kenyan in this field, Cyrus Ruto, who leads at the moment with Farah in second. And this is interesting as Chelimo comes charging up on the outside, the Olympic silver medalist. This really is interesting because usually, Steve Ovett, Mo Farah goes straight to the back in these races, and it's usually slow. But we've got two interesting developments here. The first is that Chelimo, the man who almost beat Mo last year, has taken the pace on. And the second significant fact is that rather than being at the back, Farah is paying very close attention to what's going on in front of him.
Very, very interesting. I wonder whether they've had a little conversation in the warm-up track, and Chelimo says, I'm going to take it out. If you want to go with me, fair enough. This is what I'm going to do. Mo, as you say, usually hangs back. That's his trademark, hangs back, waits until maybe the last 2 laps or so before he starts moving through. But Chelimo, as we said, he's fast over that last lap. We know that 53 point last time round, but here he's taking it up.
We're normally used to seeing a big, tight group running together. This is almost single file. Chelimo, though, has slowed a little. You can tell that in his gait. He leads, and he is so fast on the last lap. Ruto is in 4th, and all of a sudden they're back down to a jog. And you just get the feeling, Steve, the slower this is, and the more they back off, they will once again play into the hands of the man who will have the whole crowd on his side. And I wonder if his shoes become a little bit loose there. He got his heels clipped there and he keeps looking down at the ground.
No, I think he just he got his heels clipped there. Well, not surprising now that Chelimo's slowing this right down. They're bunching up. It started off well, but Chelimo maybe just wanted to get to the front. Maybe he doesn't want to lead it through. Ahmed just behind him. Farah just looking very, very comfortable. Always looking over himself saying, come on, go, go, go. No one wants to go. They know what Mo does. His trademark is that he comes with about 2 laps to go.
With the 5,000 metres after taking it on and storming to a 62-second lap. Chelimo, who's buried in the pack, then slowed it to 70. Mukhtar came through to join his compatriot Mo Farah at the front, and Mukhtar Idris now leading. He is the fastest man in the world this year. And Steve, what does he have to do to put Mo Farah under the kind of pressure that he hasn't wilted under since Jaylan out-sprinted him over the 10 6 years ago?
And as I said before, Mo likes to be just up there with 2 laps to go. He moves around everybody, goes to the front with 2 laps to go, and then holds everybody off. Now, the tactic, if you're going to use it against Mo, is to make sure he doesn't do that. Get to the front before he gets there, as we saw Kajelcha do in the heat. get to the front, hold him off, and use whatever speed you've got. Because let's face it, Mo has got that incredible pace over the last 4 Use whatever speed you've got to hold him off. Don't let him have 3 or 4 meters. You can't do it. You can't give that sort of lead to the class of Mo Farah because you just don't get it back.
And you've said in our conversations off air this week that these fields sometimes act as if they're paying too much respect to Farah. Is that happening right now?
Well, you can see they're just not worried. They're just watching him all the time. He's almost being mesmerised by Mo, and that's playing into his hand because that's exactly what he wants. He's not being boxed in. He's not being pushed and shoved. They're just watching him and watching him. It's almost to say, when you move, we move. And as I said in the past, there are some people that win, like Mo, and there are others that try and chase the winner.
Idris leads, but by the high standards that these guys normally adhere to, this is absolutely pedestrian. Farah now decides to go to the front, the crowd responding. Ruto is there. It's so slow by their standards, 72 seconds. Ruto right there, Idris in third. Still no move from the tall, very talented youngster, Yomif Kajelcha. He's the big figure towards the left-hand side.
Well, amazingly, the second kilometre, 3 minutes.
Well, 3 minutes, to put that into context, is around about what the leading women were producing in the 3,000-metre steeplechase last night. In the men's 5,000 metres, we had a little break from Barrega whilst you were away watching the high jump, but he was swallowed up. It's still very slow, and now it's Patrick Tiernan. Really good performance at the World Cross earlier this year. The Australian has decided he doesn't have the kick to live with the others at the end, and he is at last trying to turn this into an honest race at an honest pace.
Well, Patrick Tiernan, as I say, knows when he really needs to do things, and he's got up there with about 5 laps to go, pushing on. The others haven't really responded. They're just watching Mo again. They're concentrating on the main man. They're not worried about Patrick Tiernan out in front there, and that may be a good thing, because I don't know whether Patrick's going to last the sort of pace if it comes to a really fast last lap, but he's doing the best he can. He's working hard.
Tiernan takes them through with 4 laps to go in the final of the men's 5,000 metres. When will the big move come, or will they play into the hands of the fast finishing Farah as they have done for the last 6 years. The reigning world champion and Olympic champion is in second place behind the Australian. Kajelcha, the 20-year-old, the world indoor champion, is on Mo's shoulder, now going past him. Ruto is in fourth, the only Kenyan in this race. Watch for Paul Chelimo, the Kenyan who represents the United States. He's on the curve, and it's still very, very slow. Barega, the 17-year-old from Ethiopia, gets a little shove in the back there from Ruto, because still they're ignoring Tiernan and they are showing respect to Mo Farah. This is his patch, it's his territory, it's the distance at which he's dominated for 6 years. He's bidding for a fourth consecutive world title over 5,000 metres, and they are playing right into his hands.
They are, but Kajelcha's right there, the tall Ethiopian that we saw looking so good in the heats. He's loping along next to Mo. The danger's there, Idris just behind him. So at the moment, there is no damage being done by the pace. Mo, I think, is doing the right thing. He's staying out of trouble, and I think his tactic is just stay at the front. Anybody moves up, I'm going to keep you there, exactly at the back. Keep back, I'm the champion.
Chelimo on the curve behind Mo Farah in the blue strip of the United States. He ran, there he is, wearing 10 on his thigh. He ran 53.1 when he just finished second to Farah last year in Rio. And this is slow enough that the fast finishers may well fancy it. We should give respect to Tiernan for deciding to take this race on. I know we're focusing on the athletes behind him. I wonder if he's buoyed by the great performance in the 100 hurdles by Sally Pearson. But they're all queuing up, and now the race is on. 2 laps to go in the final of the men's 5,000 metres. Mo Farah, who has flown the flag so brilliantly for British athletics and British distance running for so long, is he closing in on a great finish to his global career? He's watching the big screen. Everyone is behind him. Tiernan is about to get swallowed up. When will the big break come, and how much longer will they leave it?
Well, there was a classic case, wasn't it, of respecting Mo. They didn't box him in. Butchard comes on the outside, the other Great Britain athlete. Mo responds again. This is what Mo does best. Kalita got bunched and pushed back, but he's coming round the other Brit now onto the shoulder of Mo Farah.
This is going to be a memorable 500 metres. We will never see him competing on a track in a British vest again. Kajelcha takes it on. The world indoor champion leads at the bell. Can they find a way to depose the British world and Olympic champion? Kajelcha leads. It's Idris, the fast-finishing Ethiopian, in second. Farah's third, with the 17-year-old Ethiopian Barega on his shoulder. Watch Chelimo coming wide on the outside for the United States. He finishes like a train. And Farah's having to work here. Chelimo's closing in on the Briton. Is it going to be one last gold, or is he this time, in front of his home crowd, going to be beaten? Farah tied in on the inside. He's grimacing. This time, it may not be glory, or will it? He's coming on the inside. Idris is rocking and rolling. And at last, the fabulous Farah is beaten. Idris is the world champion. Farah takes the